Chinese bikes used to be dismissed as cheap knockoffs, slow, unreliable, and no match for the Japanese. But that narrative is changing. CFMoto's now rolling out bikes that not only look sharp, but also go quicker and come loaded with premium kit, all for less money. The Japanese Big Four might want to start looking over their shoulders. Horsepower-wise, the NK and CB top the list, both putting out 95 horses of the crank. Next is the MT with 73 horsepower, while the Z sits at the bottom with just 68 horses. When it comes to torque, the three-cylinder Chinese CFMoto claimed to combine the low-end punch of a twin with a top-end rush of an inline four, actually outperforms all its Japanese rivals, cranking out 70 Newton meters. That's more than even the master of torque, the MT-07, as well as the CB and the Z. As for weight, the MT is the lightest at 183 kilograms. Not far behind are the Z and the NK, while the CB comes in as the heaviest, tipping over the 200 kilograms mark. With high horsepower and a relatively light build, the NK takes the crown for the best power-to-weight ratio, followed by the CB, MT, and lastly, the Z. The Z and MT both use parallel twin engines, but the Z runs a 180-degree crank, while the MT gets a 270-degree crank, what Yamaha calls a crossplane, giving it a more V-twin-like sound and power delivery. The CB uses an inline four, while CFMoto goes with an inline triple, claiming it offers the best of both worlds. When it comes to displacement, the MT's got the biggest engine in the group, with the NK not far behind. Meanwhile, the Z and CB both sit right around 650cc. Now, compression ratios are pretty close across the board, except for the Z, which runs a bit lower, and that probably explains why it's not quite packing the same punch as the others. All four bikes use a double overhead cam with 4 valves per cylinder for the valve train, and they're all equipped with a 6-speed gearbox with assist and slipper clutch. On the electronic side, the MT takes the win thanks to its recent major update. Besides standard ABS, it's the only one here with ride-by-wire and selectable riding modes. It also gets traction control, TFT display with Bluetooth connectivity, and even offers a quick shifter or Yamaha's optional YAMT automatic transmission. Next up is the NK. It doesn't have ride-by-wire, riding modes, or an automatic transmission option, but it does come with traction control, upshift quick shifter, TFT dash, and Bluetooth. Meanwhile, the CB and Z fall behind in this category. Both are pretty basic when it comes to rider aids, with only ABS, traction control, TFT dash, and Bluetooth, though the CB does get some bonus points for offering e-clutch system as a $100 option. The CB and NK both use perimeter frames. The MT comes with a tubular frame, and the Z uses a trellis. All are made from steel, no aluminum here, which makes sense given the price point. Up front, the CB, MT, and NK are fitted with upside-down forks, but the NK stands out with fully adjustable ones. The Z, meanwhile, is the only one still using a conventional telescopic fork. At the rear, they all come with a linked monoshock. Again, the CFMoto takes it a step further by offering preload and rebound adjustment, while the others only give you preload. For braking, they all come with dual radial-mounted 4-piston calipers, except the Z, which still uses 2-piston units. They all run the same front tire size, but when it comes to the rear, the Z gets a slightly narrower tire compared to the rest. Wheelbase-wise, the MT is the shortest, followed closely by the NK and the Z, while the CB is the most stretched out. Seat height is pretty similar across the board, though CFMoto offers both higher and lower seat options for the NK. The CB carries the biggest fuel tank, while the MT has the smallest, but the difference isn't much. In terms of fuel economy, based on the claim numbers from each manufacturer, the inline-4 CB is expected to be the thirstiest, while as for the NK, CFMoto hasn't released official fuel consumption figures just yet. Now for pricing. The CB is the most expensive at £7,799, followed by the MT-07 at £7,704. The Z, with its budget parts and basic electronics, is a bit more wallet-friendly at £6,699. And surprisingly, the Chinese-built 675NK, despite offering the best power output in the group, decent electronics, and premium kit like fully adjustable KYB forks, manages to undercut them all at just £6,199. On paper, the 675NK pretty much crushes its rivals. That inline-3 engine puts out the same top-end power as the CB's inline-4, while also delivering more low to mid-range grunt than both the Z and the MT. It's not the lightest bike here, but the weight difference is small, and it still manages to top this comparison with the best power-to-weight ratio. In terms of electronics, the MT takes the win with its ride-by-wire system and ride modes, but the NK holds its own, offering features that are right on par with the CB. Then when it comes to chassis, the NK steps it up with a sporty perimeter frame and arguably the best suspension in the group, fully adjustable forks, and a rear shock with rebound adjustment. And all of that comes in at just £6,199. That's 800 pounds cheaper than the Z, and a hefty 1,600 pounds less than the CB. Of course, being a Chinese-made bike, some might have concerns about after-sale support and long-term reliability. Yeah, it doesn't quite have the dealership network that the Japanese brands do. And yes, there have been some reported issues, like excessive oil consumption on the 675SRR, which shares the same engine. But CFMoto has responded with fixes and parts replacements, and every bike comes with a 2 to 5 year warranty, depending on your region. So what do you think? Would you consider switching to the Chinese 675NK? And if you already own a 675NK or 675SRR, let us know your experience down in the comments.